and gentlemen, it is Sinnoh Saints here, and welcome to my channel. If you enjoy the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Now, before we get into today's video, because this is just a quick little intro before the intro to the video, I would just like to say that this is the last of probably like a 7-part farewell tour to Total War Arena, but the game shut down its servers a few months ago because of reasons that I don't particularly want to get into. But before we get into the video, let's take just a moment of silence and then we'll hop right into it. Okay guys, this is my farewell to Total War Arena. For those that we fought beside, we salute you. Lord Commander Guts, Pelagos, Sun Tzu and his clan, KY Bob, Grants, Biker was me, Leo, Jackie Fish, Jonah the Orn, Ancient Exile, Phoenix, and for the many others whose names I don't recall, here's to you. And to my shield brother, Darkness. We will blot out the sun with arrows, and they will cower in darkness. With blood, they will pay for their sins. Like a phoenix, we will rise. Okay guys, this is me getting into the very start of the video. I have the voiceover from the original recording turned off for various reasons. This is just me talking about how this is the game immediately after the first warm-up round and how we were in a team with this guy right here whose name is Squeaky86. Shout out to him because I did forget his name in the intro and he is a very good player. So the first thing that I do is I deploy on the spot that will give us vision all the way up to the woods nearby, and I accidentally click on my commander right off the start and get locked onto him by accident. Now, originally when I made this move, I thought I would be slowing them up for these dogs that you see in the background that are coming along, but unfortunately those dogs do not come and help me, and I am left here by myself to fight these Romans. See me popping my abilities here after my charge, popping my war cry to debuff them, and my oath of perseverance to make my guys unbreakable and ungodly tanks. And I apologize if I do cough any during this video. I have been dying slowly of a cough. Now, strategically speaking, this is a overall losing fight for me against the infantry. Right now, I am holding off with the intent that more people will come, but it's apparent to me that nobody is coming, that I am on my own. So my goal is to do as much damage as I can, and then get out of here and see where else I can support. Now, it's entirely possible that I might have been able to have won this fight, but rather than risk it, I just take 2 units out, leaving 1 to stall. As you can see, more of them are coming in, and there's just no chance that I would win that. So I choose to completely pull out and just bide my time, hoping that either my team will come and support, or I will have to decap, because there's no way that I can stop that much Roman infantry, unfortunately. Also, you guys, let me know what you think about the music in the background down in the comments. If you liked it, if it seemed fitting enough to you, or if I should maybe find something maybe a little bit more orchestral, maybe with some vocals in it. I don't know. Most of this is all just instrumental, I do believe. And my plan there was, obviously, before victory, was that I was going to get around behind his spears with my main unit, charge them from the rear, war cry, break them, slaughter them, then quickly take out his slingers. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. This next battle, I do believe, yes, Darkness is bringing his cav. So the 2 of us are both running our cav, and you'll see some very awesome cav play in this one. Where we position ourselves, how we position ourselves, excellent timing, and overall great gameplay. And I even managed to save this guy down here on the bottom, whose name is Teacher Thomas. I didn't think that I was going to get to save him, but I did. And he's actually alive all the way to the end, even though he was in the middle of one shit show, which you'll see shortly after this begins. It begins and then just all of a sudden just happens. Also, you guys, let me know if you guys like seeing the banter that's down here before a match and stuff. I usually leave it up, but I could always cut it out if it does seem a little tiresome. Usually it doesn't go on too long before matches start, and if it does, obviously I'll cut it out. But we should be good. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna pull away from the recording a bit. Alright, just turn some stuff down so that hopefully we don't get interrupted by it. So the first thing I'm doing is moving my cav up into the grasses, just simply because the Roman charge is so painful. If I can catch some infantry unaware or whatever, it would just do tremendous damage to them. Unfortunately, there was nobody nearby for me to catch. You see that cav there, Leggy Man, we were in a fight, and I didn't add the fight to the recording because we lost it, in part because of this guy Leggy who charged the enemy spears and archers with absolutely no support and was brutally melted in like the first couple seconds. So I see Sasha here making a play down below. Our cav is all mixed up. Some of it. We've got Thomas down there somewhere. So I moved my cav out and around to support, as Darkness does as well, pulling in from behind. I separated my cav out so that they're not all going in at once. I tie up this Roman cav that's trying to pull out. He takes huge losses because of that. I saw this cav charge from the tier 8 barbs just a little too late, but I get in there to try to save him, and you can see he's just absolutely surrounded. Darkness comes in to support. I still got one cav unit that's just out. I send this cav into the rear of these Falxes who are currently destroying some of our infantry. And I see lots of cav that's making its break into this fight, trying desperately to take out our javelins and other forces that we have here. So I send in my last unit to tie up the units that charged out, give a nice little war cry. All my units are in their oath, so they're absolute beasts in melee right now, and we're just going to slug it out with them. They send a huge charge my way, which I turn and countercharge. I think I actually dealt more damage than I took. Darkness pulled out and pulled back in to support me. On the other side we have our AFK Romans, who I guess left because they just thought that it was done for them, fighting against the Falxmen and the cav that's there, as well as my cav fighting off and Darkness's cav fighting off all this other cav, essentially saving the Romans that were in there, along with our javelins there, the Thomas. I send all my Romans back into the charge, managed to keep my oath up on my general's unit, which is extremely huge, and there you saw the scores. So we wrap up. Right now my troops are kind of pulling through theirs, and they're a little bit slow because of Oath. We start picking our momentum back up here, though. See some great cav plays coming out here. Obviously, the tier 6s just don't want none of us tier 8s right now. See me separate the two of them off here so that they can't support. And then turn around, and of course I won that charge. I don't have many abilities that I can use, but what I do, I use to the best of my ability. Darkness comes in, cuts off a few units, retreat, we cut them down real quickly. He goes in pursuit as he's the faster of the two units. I see how they're moving, and I move up to hopefully intercept, and you'll see probably the best interception ever. He comes up, sees me, and then there's just nothing he can do. He basically gives in. Beautiful, beautiful charge. Doing some severe routing to them. Of course, it's just me clicking away furiously at their units here as we rip them to pieces. You see some tier 7 Roman cav trying to move in. I believe that is a what's his fucking face? Asula. But he gets destroyed, and that was a Germanicus. So the worst possible choice for a cav unit. You see that our elephants are doing their thing, as are our Falxes. And there he is. Tom is still around somehow. Don't know how, but he's still around. I position myself so that I'm behind this Roman infantry. Darkness is going back to decap, and he is entrusting that we've got this, which we do. Our Falxmen are pushing in to engage the Romans. He sends one unit to hold off one and two to hold off the other. Once I get around the back here, this Roman unit's done. Beautiful charge. Send Romans flying. Break their spirits. Crush their unit. I don't pop Oath on them because there's no point. They're completely broken. They're not going to be attacking me, and I would like to keep as much of my speed as I can. I do lose the top space to the elephants because they sit in here and cap and get a ton of cap points before I do, and so they win because capping. But you see another final nice charge off on these tier 6s who are just eviscerated in a short time frame. And that'll be the battle, folks. So there's no more music for the rest of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and there will be more later. Peace.